The onion skin button is above the timeline, allowing you to toggle it on or off. Pressing and holding the onion skin button displays additional options. Click the onion skin button at the top of the timeline panel. Animate shows several shapes, for the flame representing the shapes in previous and future frames. Seeing multiple frames all on the stage at once allows you to compare the changes between frames. The currently selected frame is in red, the previous frames are shown in blue, and the future frames are shown in green. The outlines of the flame fade the farther away they are from the current frame. On the timeline, Animate displays markers to bracket your currently selected frame. The blue marked bracket to the left of the playhead indicates how many previous frames are shown on the stage, and the green marked bracket to the right of the playhead indicates how many future frames are shown. Move the playhead to a different frame. Animate keeps the markers around the playhead no matter where you move it, always showing the same number of frames behind and ahead. Use the Gradient Transform tool to change the way the color gradient is applied to a shape, and use the color panel to change the actual colors used in a gradient. If you're not already in symbol editing mode for your flame symbol, double-click the flame graphic symbol in the library to edit it. Select the second keyframe at frame 6, and select the Gradient Transform tool. It's grouped with the Free Transform tool in the Tools panel. Select your flame shape and notice the control points for the Gradient Transform tool appear on the gradient fill of the flame. The various control points allow you to stretch, rotate, and move the focal point of the gradient within the fill. Use the control points to tighten the color gradient into the base of the flame. Reduce the gradient size, making it wider. Position it lower on the flame and move the focal point, represented by a tiny triangle, of the gradient to one side. Your flame's orange core appears lower and more intense because the colors are distributed in a smaller area. Move the playhead along the timeline between the first and second keyframe. The shape tween automatically animates the colors inside the flame as well as its contours. Select the third keyframe of the flame layer at frame 17. In this frame, you'll adjust the actual color of the gradient. Select the Selection tool and click the fill of the flame on the stage. Open the color panel. The color panel appears, showing you the gradient colors of the selected fill. Click the inner color marker, which is currently yellow. Change the color to a hot pink, FF33CC. The center color of the gradient turns pink. Move the playhead along the timeline between the second and third keyframes. The shape tween automatically animates the center color in the gradient from yellow to pink. From the fire starter text, you'll create a mask that will reveal an image of a fire beneath it. Return to the main timeline. Unlock the text layer. Double-click the icon in front of the text layer name, or select the text layer and choose Modified Timeline Layer Properties. The Layer Properties dialog box appears. Select Mask and click OK. The text layer becomes a mask layer indicated by the mask icon in front of the layer name. Anything in this layer will act as a mask for a masked layer below it. The masked layer is always indented under the mask layer. Click the New Layer button, or choose Insert Timeline Layer. A new layer appears. Rename the layer Fiery_Effect. Drag the Fiery_Effect layer under the mask layer named Text, and a little to the right so it becomes indented. The Fiery Effect layer becomes a masked layer paired with the mask layer above it. Any content in the masked layer will be masked by the layer above it. Choose File, Import, Import to Stage. Select the fire.jpg file from the 07 Start folder and click Open. The bitmap image of fire appears on the stage, and the words appear over the image. To see the effects of the mask layer on its masked layer, you must lock both layers. Click the Lock option for both the masked layer and the masked layer, the text layer and the fiery effect layer. Both the mask and masked layers become locked. The shapes of the letters in the mask layer reveal parts of the image in the masked layer. Choose Control, Test. As the flame flickers above the text, the letters reveal the fiery texture in the layer below it.